Ladies and gentlemen, everything in between, welcome to the show. We are progressing it nicely along Winners League, I might add. My name is Strong Legs. This right here is Keith. We're done jibby jabbing, even though we just started. Let's go straight to the action. Tenerife Titans versus Lilmix. Mel, kick it.
Lilmix, Roy. Tell me about this team, because I don't know if I personally...
Okay, well, this action is going on right now, but if you recall, this team actually used to be Vexed. It has Pit on it, but they swapped the banner. Now they picked up Peron, and of course, Lincoln, HNS, and Pit have been the longest standing players. But right now, while we're talking, and once again, Brook will eliminate the offense, leaving HNS all by himself now, and they're already on the hunt. They're already on the prowl. He's just going to take the bomb and skedaddle, though. He's out of there.
Yeah, this is so smart. You'll see a lot of players in certain situations like this just overthink it, right? Try to maybe get another 1v1. HNS is just out of here. As you said, he is gone. Doesn't want to deal with it. He'll get the free money on B. Now, there's a kit for this retake, and Brook has a 3K already. So HNS is probably a little nervous. Has to isolate a 1v1. One bullet gone in the second. HNS both died in the same spot. Titans get wiped. What a round from HNS.
Wow. That's an Uno reversal right there. From Brook decimating them, and for that, Jesus, that is actually insane. But Lilmix do pick up the pistol round. It is 1-0. Now, I really want to see the early adopters for these recent meta changes. Obviously, there have been some pretty important changes, I would say. Reduction of prices of the FAMAS, reduction for the price for the Galil. I imagine we're going to see a lot more Galils now. Not only that, but they've actually buffed the weapons themselves apart from the price changes.
Yeah, may I say, the Galil is a absolute laser. And it is so much better than what it used to be. The FAMAS, the same. Burst fire in the FAMAS, Roy.
It's
the
back?
first two bullets are accurate. Yeah, first two bullets are accurate. You can double link someone with FAMAS burst now, confidently. So, good changes, in my opinion. The economy's still broken, but they'll fix that eventually.
Whew. Okay, I thought they took out dark mode on my Twitch app for a second, but no, it's back. Okay, that's good.
All is well.
All is well if ends well. I just want to open up the chat so I interact with everyone here. But yeah, I actually definitely agree with that. I think the Galil is incredibly strong. And, you know, there's been a lot of conversations on the Twitter sphere, of course. And I think this Galil meta is going to be insane, to say the least. But now it's going to be a fast hit. They already have lane control. Off angles. And look at... okay. Simix, actually, if he keeps fighting off from this positioning, they'll probably won't expect the second player to... What?
How does he do that? How does Pearl lose that fight? Now it's Lincoln with an AK, no utility. HNS only has a flash. Nope, there's one kid on Brook. They have a smoke molly Roy for Pit. This is just going to get so terrifying. Stavos goes in first. He'll clear the box. And it is just HNS. Can he clutch again? He can't. Titans will come out loaded, Roy. All the guns they want. Money. Now, the saving grace from Lilmix, I mean, they might be able to buy again with round loss and bomb plant, but like, probably not, unless they really want to chase. But with 4 life from Titans, there's nothing to chase, right?
Yeah, I think this is one of the only conditions in the game where you actually can't force buy around it, right? It's a hard double eco. You got eliminated. You won the pistol, and then you lost all your weapons, and yeah, you're pretty much left with nothing. You have to just pretty much eco this one out. But I don't think we'll see many more ecos in this meta, Keith. I think we're just going to see, a lot more Galil force buys and FAMAS force buys. But now look at Tenerife's loadout. They have AKs, they have Galils, they have more terror-sided weapons and CT-sided weapons. They have a good amount of money in the bank, and they have full utility and kits. I mean, this is a turnaround and a massive drop-off from Lilmix.
Simix showing you the Galil power. That's Brook. Gonna be holding Boiler. Wolfie's there. Spot and wiped up by Brook. I'm excited to see it. Often you often don't get to commentate big plays made by Galils or like FAMASes, right?
Yeah,
you typically commentate fails with them, right? They get one and then the bullets go everywhere. So I'm excited to finally get chances to commentate these guns making plays. And secondly, I've been seeing players use Galil and FAMASes over the M4 and over the AK sometimes. I mean, the AK is still better for that one-shot ability, but the FAMAS has been getting used over M4s.
Right.
I've been seeing that.
And you know what? I can't blame people. $1,800 versus $3,100. Right, sorry, it's $2,000 for the FAMAS, but still, it's $1,100 less you have to spend. That's almost full utility every time, right? So it's either M4 armor, smoke flash maybe at most, or FAMAS full utility and a possible hit on top of that. And FAMAS is strong. It can still kill people exactly the same speed as the M4. So
you get 2
if you're
buys,
comfortable with it. Yeah, really. And if let's say you buy FAMAS's 3 times, that's an extra gun round you just purchase yourself too, right? Like,
yep.
It makes almost no sense to buy the M4 unless money. But I think there's going to be like some adjustment period, obviously, right? Like, not everyone's comfortable with the FAMAS and the Galils. It'll be a little time before everyone's kind of up to par with those weapons. But I really do believe that the early adopters will be the ones that are reaping the most rewards here.
100%. Pith. Start nice and close towards top banana in that little cubby. Lilmix are going to execute here on B just as the third player rotates out. I don't know if they heard Stavos rotate, but Pith's going to go before the flashes as the smokes go. It might be a flash for him, but he is going to be ahead of the pack in this as they have a late lurk coming up towards Arch.
Oh, nice shot.
And gets absolutely deleted. Stavos is on his way back. They need this clean this player, and it comes in. So good trades for Lilmix. I think they'll take that.
2 for 2 site, 1 for 1 once again to establish control and eliminate the early rotators. Now Wolfie and HNS, they're in the 2v2. Obviously, they know the Simex and Brook are probably on hot pursuit. They're just trying to figure out where exactly they're coming from. But now I think they hear both it stomping around in construction. So the crossfire is established, and this just got so much harder for the Titans here, Keith.
Wolfie's here, HNS. Not able to get one double spray. Wolfie, no! Just off the mark. Simex will take it. Titans looking rocky. I thought Wolfie and HNS would have had that, but they bring it back to Titans. A big round for them. I thought Lilmix were finally onto something, Roy. And this is another round where they might not be able to buy, actually. And that's with a plant and 3-round loss. It's going to be a halfie.
I mean,
they overinvested, I guess, in that previous round. Or like,
no, the thing is, like,
previous to the previous.
They're just not on the meta, I don't think. Like, they could have easily forced up Galils and almost fully ruined. But Stavos decimate them, it seems, towards the B defenses, so it's maybe not going to matter as much. Brook doesn't eliminate Perron down in the middle as well, and it's really just down to Wolfie now to salvage what is a failed job. But what is even more of a failure here for Lilmix, I think, is the fact that they've almost aren't able to chip away at the economic purchasing power for Tenerife, right? They aren't really able to get these weapons down at all.
Yeah, well, let's see what Lilmix go for. Should be AKs across the board. In my opinion, Roy, I feel like the SG is going to get to a point where it's going to be map dependent and treated almost like an op, right? Where you run like 2 or 1, and you set those SG players up on the certain angles on these certain maps that are favorable for SGs, right? Favorable for peaks, favorable for Seasides. So I think that's where we're going to start heading for the SG, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to also become a kind of a luxury weapon, right? But let's hold that thought for 1 second here. There's a lot of action towards the archers. A missed shot from Stavos actually opens him up to a lot of space, but he will not be missing again. Now it's Wolfie isolated with the bomb, and he's thinking twice about his decisions. But he's getting surrounded quickly. And if that bomb falls where it is right now, Keith, that's going to become a big problem. And Stavos somehow managed to find another one, even with the top flashing. Now it's just mayhem. It's 2 versus 1 somehow.
Run. Able to grab this bomb. Gonna plant in the far box cubby. If we'll hold the side cross, gets taken care of. Good swing from Pith. Well played. They played that to perfection. Op gets picked up. Molly as well. Lilmix got a sec on the board, but almost set themselves up for a must-win round.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they get a bomb plant, they can still force Galil. This is not a bad round for them here either way. Tenerife Titans, on the other hand, they're almost down to their final straw. That's it. They're mostly fully invested. Of course, Simex he's balling right now, so he's not really too concerned. But yeah, like I was saying, I think the SG is just going to become a luxury weapon. I think we're going to see this meta become very force buy heavy, where people are willing to force up the Monsters and SGs every round. But the op, I think the op's going to become kind of the golden weapon in this meta, right? Against FAMASs, against Galils. It's just easier to fight against those weapons than it is to fight the SG. So I am really interested to see how this unfolds. Richie looking to peer over the crack in the smoke, able to do some damage. That's going to weaken Pith quite a bit, actually.
Oh, and he just stays in the open. TGL Meister. Able to find that shot from Coffin. I'm assuming that's how you'd say it. As now, Lilmix are down a player. Regrouping towards mid, maybe looking to take brackets right as Devos is rotating back to Arch. Trust in the solo B-op. And Lilmix, they need a clean entry frag, right? Can't afford to get...
Now, this is a really strong crossfire, and they don't really have utility except the smokes to maybe try to draw it away, but they know what's happening. They know exactly the kind of setup they're dealing with, but they still couldn't shut it down. Tenerife Titans holding it down. Now the wave of utility coming in onto Lincoln. That's a lot of pressure to deal with, and Semix peaks at the perfect time. And once again, it is SG upgrade. 4 players alive for Tenerife Titans, and I have to say, they're doing a hell of a job on these defenses right now. Also, just want to say that...
Beautiful.
I copped the saber skin, the long hair with the bun and the beard. Of course.
A lot of cool news.
Yeah, there's actually this really sick looking CT skin that I like too. A little bulky. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I also kind of want the female skin. Being a female cop would be badass. And what is badass is Lincoln winning a duel with a P250 no armor against an op, but he of course gets greedy for it. He does get punished. Brook and Semix to clean up. Now it's a 3 versus 4. Now the op is still maybe within reach. They could at least go for that. Slow things down. There you go. Op picked up. Now they have something to work with, Keith. There's a minute 15 left on the clock. They could put that to slow use and maybe claw their way out of this crazy scenario they find themselves in.
We're going to see the power of the SG on the CT side. They decided to head back towards B, right? That's why I say, not only was I surprised teams kept forcing the SG when it was cheaper, but now that it's more expensive, it's just only better in the CT hands. So we'll see that get less and less bought up, I imagine. As Meister is going to be able to find Pith. They're going to immediately get a shift right back to B, right into this SG, willing and waiting. A lot of pressure on HNS. I've talked up Richie with his SG. As his Opper will tag up one player on cross. Richie peeks for one. Will set up and remove.
Jesus.
That gun is nutty.
I mean, the gun or the man using it, I'm not really sure, but either way, that was 6 shots coming out. Tenerife, though, 6-2. This is starting to pull ahead quite a bit in their favor. And their economy is looking very much stable. So they're in a really good spot right now. Lilmix, they really need to start striking back. Like, this is the time to do it. I think at this point, if you're Lilmix with this maximum loss bonus, like, I'm forcing every round until I eventually double eco Tenerife. Because right now, they're getting decimated. Now this is a brawl towards the B site. The flashbangs aren't nearly effective enough, and they're leaking serious numbers trying to take control of car. Where were the flash support?
Oh, he came back. Meister's still here. One more for him. He has 2. He has just used every angle here to a T. He's still alive. Jumping Origin. Back for a 3rd. This man can't be stopped. Piron just needs a... Oh. He dies in his teammate's molly. The only thing that can kill him is himself. A teammate sabotage. Like, that's it.
Jesus. Man, Piron, I don't even know how he begins to claw his way out of this one. If he wants to go back to A, he has to clear so many angles, right? Like, are they pushed up halls? Do they have control of alternative middle? Are they behind me in T-spawn? Are they in pit beneath me here? Like, there are so many angles he has to clear. Left side mid, lane. By the time he gets to site, that's a lot of time wasted. And even then, he only has 40 HP, so this isn't looking doable, Keith. And they're set up in a crossfire on the A site.
Doable for sure. Can he isolate? Fight! There's one hit. Second player. No. Brook hangs on. 7-2. Titans really starting to pull away here, Roy. Not only round-wise, but economy has built up so nicely for them. Lilmix. They've had that unfortunate kick down. They're going to be able to pick up Mac 10s. Which, honestly, if you have Mac loss, you might as well get the Galils. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
What's $300 more, or $1,200, $800 more?
Yeah, they could literally get Galil armor without utility and still have the purchase that they're looking for, right? I don't know. Again, that patch only came out yesterday, and it was really late for the people in EU, so I imagine they haven't really gotten to test it very much. But No, I definitely, I'm in line with you here. I think the meta will change. I don't think this playstyle we'll see very often anymore. But let's see how it unfolds. Right now, it's going to be the pop-out hauls. Maybe they want the backhand for mobility, and so far, it's working out well. They've gotten the entries, but Stavos does even things up before the bomb gets planted. Now it's down to the threes in the postman here. AK-47 for Lincoln available, but double ops on the retake. This could be a struggle.
Yeah, and they pushed Pit and picked up that AK and that M4, both on full HP players. They're gonna flash over. They're gonna try to go now, Roy. Wolfie holding sight across their sight. Wolfie gets for one. Lincoln gets one of his own, and it's just Meister. And I think this fool is gonna have to back on out of here.
All right, you know, we're criticizing the MAC-10s, but maybe they just wanted the mobility. And you know what? Hey, if the MAC-10 stays viable in this meta, I'm all for it. I'm all for weapon versatility and diversity, so count me in. Diego Meister looking to hold on to the op, getting surrounded everywhere. But who's that player fooling around?
He's got movement.
Yeah, he's got little hops. 7-3 though. Still, Tenerife are having a phenomenal half, I have to say. This is almost the full investment for Tenerife, and they'd still be within clear lines of a buy next round. So I don't think they're too stressed out, but Lilmix, potential for them right here. But HNS gets tagged early. Again, getting that player wounded as early as possible, that's so hurtful for the confidence and for the aggression that they're looking for here.
Oh, that Molly, a couple of them decide to run through it, a couple of them don't, and Lincoln just gets shut down through a smoke, through mid, Roy. Discombobulated right now from Lilmix. Some of them had to go through, some didn't. And that just for that, they lose 2 players. It all started with a Stavos and well-timed support nades from his teammates. Titans now can leave. Richie pushed all the way down banana. Simix can play an aggressive angle, but he's low on HP. He gets his second. He's done enough. Stavos is flanking with this AWP through brackets. He'll get here just in time to find Pith. A good trade from Wolfie, but a 1v3 not to be. Shut down as Titans will get to 8, Roy.
I mean, I have to say, Lilmix right now, you're absolutely right. They look very discombobulated. They're not in the same line with what they want to do. And they seem to be getting punished, trying to be really aggressive individually. But, I mean, they still have money. There's still eco potential here for the Tenerife Titans late in the half, so I mean, an early swing potential is available. Lincoln pulls the first blood. That's great. Eco Meister does not pull the trigger. That could have been a kill. He actually loses his life for it, and the second anchor falls as well. That's the B side open. That's a bomb transition, and rotates already on their way. And I think Perron is hearing this save call already for the CT side, so he'll be on the hunt. He'll be on the prowl for sure.
I have a little insight here because I have voice on, Roy, and I just heard Meister go, "Yeah, it's my fault. I should have had 2." And it's like, you know, I can't blame him for feeling like that. He's been hitting those killing those entries like nonstop with his op. So just he's blaming himself, which, you know, not good to do, but taking responsibility is always not a bad thing.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you saw from his perspective, but he actually did almost have the kill, and he quick switched before he got the bullet off. So kind of an error right there. But either way, right now they're trying to hold on to these 2 weapons. Yeah, they know they're here. Yeah, the Molotov's going to come out. That's how the Lilmix out. That's the first kill. Of course, you're going to expect Brooks to be either inside or down below. Down below, it is a 2-for-1 deal. Still definitely worth it here for Lilmix as they're looking to keep the pressure up on the economy. And this is the final buy for Tenerife. You know what's also crazy? Like, if you have 7,000, you know, money, you could... Or maybe like 7.5k, I think. You can still buy op and a rifle to one of your teammates in the form of Hamas.
Yeah, and still get utility.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's gotta crazy, right? We'll see everything settle in as you go over the next couple months. I think we'll see the best version of Counter-Strike within the next 3 months.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of concerns, and honestly, I definitely hear them. I mean, I definitely have similar concerns as well. I think this meta is going to be really force buy heavy, and I think almost the identity of this game is going to be diluted, right? Not necessarily in a bad way or in a good way. Just the people that, you know, want, you know, that I grew up watching the double ecos and the eco rounds and all these you know, full save rounds. Like that's kind of gone, right? Those are boomer days now.
Yes.
But either way, this is a double setup here on top of B site. One player's all the way in the back. The player with the MP9 is up close. A solid setup. Rich is going to go for the first contact. The flashbangs are very effective. That's going to be Deaglemeister. And he's been spotted and wounded. That's it. There's no hope for him here. He's eliminated. That's the B site. And that's Lilmix potentially picking up a 5th here.
Goes down. Brooks going to get a molly out. Find a kill. No, but look how low a couple of these Lilmix players are. Able to just live towards banana. Lincoln peeking, getting kill after kill, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be called off.
I don't think they can get off. They can't leave. Oh! No, Mix is so stuck here.
He's just got a kill.
No,
He's got a kill. He's done it. He's got 2. The 3rd is gonna be around the corner.
He doesn't expect a lurk though.
Oh, he's so gonna get caught. Yeah, HNS. Okay, does he expect the lurk?
No, no way. Oh, he let him go. He let him go.
Oh my goodness. Mix is coming back. Okay.
Oh no.
Wow.
That
was almost cool. That
was almost cool. 8-5 though. Now we're on an eco. The first one for Tenerife. They've played 14 rounds without ecoing Keith. That is impressive. Now it's Lilmix with potentially the 6 on the board, and hey, they managed to turn the round around at least towards the end, right? Better late than never, I suppose. But still, A6. If they can close this one out, not lose the full eco. 8-6, 9-6, Demolition. Not bad. 8-7 obviously the most ideal finish for Lilmix. And Tenerife would be a little upset with an 8-7, but either way, 9-6 is still pretty in line with. Oh, and into the meat grinder they go.
Well for Titans, honestly.
Yeah.
Get a couple kills.
It won't matter as much though since it's the
Yeah.
last round, but hey, you got your confidence up. That's all that matters.
I think Titans have been putting a lot of pressure towards banana, and I think they're getting that for free. I'd like to see Titans switch up completely and just go for like an alt-mid aggression fight. We haven't seen them take halls, and the last round is the there's no way someone would expect you doing something super aggressive towards halls on last round, but brackets is their choice, and I respect.
Actually, the meta on Inferno is evolving really nicely lately, and apart from the last patch, of course, but just generally speaking, there's been a lot of like brute forces in bracket that people are running now, where they like molly left side and just flash over and push them off. But now it's a great push out the halls and up brackets they go. Mix struggling at first, but managing to stabilize towards the end. Now it's a 1-for-1 trade. Mix is hiding in the smoke. That smoke will eventually run away. HNS is